My D&D players have battled demons and brought down ancient monsters. But the most powerful legendary artifact in our entire campaign is this. They've been carrying this thing around for months, and they have absolutely no idea that this humble rubber duck has the power to alter reality itself. Today, I'm going to show you how I pull this off, and how you can turn the most boring items in your own house into game changing magic. Okay, so here is one of my absolute favorite tricks as a dungeon master. Take the most mundane, boring objects you can find and secretly give them a world breaking power. It completely subverts player expectations, right? They've been trained to look for gleaming swords and ancient tomes, so they never suspect that the salt shaker they nicked from the tavern is actually a powerful magical device. This little trick makes your world feel truly magical because it teaches the players that anything, absolutely anything, could be holding a secret. But the best part is placing the real physical object right there on the table. When you hand them an actual paperclip and tell them they found it on the dead wizard's desk, it becomes real in a way a description just never could. So today I'm sharing three of my best ones that you can totally steal for your own games. Okay. I hear you. The rubber duck. Let's start with the rubber duck. My players found this inside a dungeon, sitting in a bizarrely pristine, recently cleaned bathroom. They laughed, poked it as a joke, and named him Reginald for 10 straight sessions. Reginald, the rubber dog, did nothing but sit in the Reginald's backpack. Here's the secret: Reginald is actually the quacking orb of chaos. Once per day, the person holding the duck can squeeze it to unleash its power. When they do, they can force a reroll of any single d20 roll that just happened, their own, another player's, or even one of mine. It's a reality bending little tool that can flip the critical failure into a stunning success. But to keep things interesting, there's a twist. If that reroll comes up as a 1, a wild magic surge is triggered. Nothing that will kill anyone, but it will cause minor, bizarre side effects. The first time my player used it, they turned a goblin chieftain's deadly crit into a clumsy miss, but their barbarian's beard turned a vibrant shade of blue for a week. The moment they realized their joke mascot was a legendary artifact was one of the most unforgettable reveals I've ever had at my table.
Alright, that was the rubber duck, but what about a clip?
Well, my humble paperclip. My players were investigating a wizard's ransacked laboratory when they found a single, slightly rusted paperclip living on the floor. In a party of heroes searching for powerful relics, a piece of office stationery is basically invisible. But a rogue, being a compulsive hoarder of trinkets, pocketed without a second thought. Of course, this wasn't just any paperclip. This was the clip of mending. Think of it like the mending cantrip, but it's instantaneously and can fix much bigger breaks in an object. Imagine instantly repairing a shattered bridge or a broken down siege weapon in the middle of a battle. Its power is limited though. The clips only holds 3 charges, and after the third use, it unbends itself into useless straight piece of wire. So how do they recharge it? They have to find a piece of new undiscovered lore, a hidden map, a forgotten prophecy, and literally Use the clip to hold the pages together. This ties the item's power directly into exploration and your world's history. The look on my rogue's face when he desperately used his last charge to repair the party's only climbing peak, saving them from a massive fall, was absolutely priceless. They went from seeing it as a literal trash to guarding it with their lives.
Okay, okay. But you said something about the Soul Shaker. So, the last one started out as a complete party joke. After a huge tavern brawl, the party's fighter thought it would be hilarious to steal a cheap salt shaker from the table. It rattled around in his packs for weeks, completely forgotten. Little did he know that the shaker was actually the shaker of elemental binding. By sprinkling a small circle of its seemingly endless salt, the user can attempt to trap a small elemental inside it. It's a single use item, but capturing a tiny fire elemental can act as an eternal torch, or an earth elemental to help dig a trench is unbelievably useful. The drawback? The shaker is made of cheap, brittle glass. If it's ever dropped or hit with any real force, it'll shatter, releasing the elemental inside, which, as you can imagine, will be incredibly angry about being stuck in a salt shaker. The tension this creates is just amazing. My players spent an entire session carefully passing it from hand to hand, absolutely terrified of dropping it while a furious little magma mephit rattled around inside. Okay, so the conclusion is magic is its absolute best when it's surprising. It isn't about just what the item does. It's about the story of finding it. By hiding incredible powerful items in plain sight, you create these moments of pure wonder that your players are going to be talking about for years. It makes your world feel deep, mysterious, and absolutely packed with secrets. So take a look around your house. That boring keychain, that old coin, that plastic fork from takeout last week, any one of them could be your campaign's next legendary artifact. Now I want to hear from you. What's a mundane item from your house that you turn into a legendary artifact? Drop your best ones in the comments below. I would love to see what you come up with.